Hello everyone. It's nice to see me, I bet. I already made a video on this deck. This is a Simic ramp deck for Standard 2022. However, I tweaked the deck a little bit since then, and I'm going to update it on Aether Hub as well. And I wanted to provide some commentary. I finally figured out how to put myself onto a screen, so that's very useful. And I think knowing about the deck is just as important as crafting the cards, because you might not like it, and for me to talk about it will help you with that. So here we have the deck, and it says 72 cards. That sounds insane. What I did was I put some cards over to the side that I thought might be good, but I didn't choose them. So if you are all thinking about what to put in the deck, here's some other good options if you don't have the cards I have, or if you want to make it better, or anything like that. So we have 4 piles here. I separated them into cards that either ramp us, meaning give us more mana than our expected 1 mana per turn, or give us some type of card advantage. This pile is how we're going to be protecting ourselves, and then our 3 finishers are going to be Iymrith, Desert Doom, Alrund's Epiphany, and Koma Cosmos Serpent. And that is the main strategy. So you're using your cards primarily to ramp, and then you have Snakeskin Veil to protect really important cards in the beginning, like Lotus Cobra, or at the end, Iymrith after you tap. I've got a few enemies that I attacked with Iymrith, and they think, wow, this is it, this is my chance, but however, I have a Snakeskin Veil held up. So it was very painful for them. Into the Roil is also good, not only for getting rid of your opponent's threats and kind of delaying the game, but also when they try to answer your threats, or they try to target your Quandrix Cultivator and you have 2 mana up. I use it sometimes to get Quandrix Cultivator back. Same thing with getting Dragon Turtle back. If they're going to target your Iymrith and you just needed to attack, you could bring that back. Divide by Zero is awesome. It's kind of the pseudo counterspell for this deck. I couldn't really fit a traditional counterspell, but Divide by Zero is a really interesting spell because you can return the spell. Is that what it says? Return target spell or permanent. So what you get to do is they cast a spell, and before it even resolves, you can return it back to their hand. So it's kind of like a nope, play it again type of thing, and if they don't have mana, it's almost a counterspell. The Snarls I recently added. I had some mana that just came into play tapped, and I thought it was worth crafting 2 Snarls in order to sometimes play them untapped. One thing about the Standard 2022 is that having more than 1 color is an issue sometimes. There's not really a great way to have cards that produce either type of mana. Barkchannel Pathway is kind of like our main gig here. However, it only provides one or the other. It always comes into play untapped, which I really like. However, if you ramp into this, you're always just going to get the Forest, and also you have to pick one or the other. Vine Glimmer Snarls are our only chance to get a kind of multi-purpose land, so I put 2 of them in there just in case it comes untapped. I forget the name of the land, but it's like a common land. I think it's Quandrix Campus maybe. Something like that, and that always comes into play on untapped. However, I wanted the chance to have it not come into play tapped. And then Hall of Storm Giants. This is what I use when I run out of things to do. It's just awesome. So later in the game, they answered your threats, but can they answer a repeated 7/7 blue giant that you can't really do anything to unless you have instant speed stuff and at least 3 extra mana. So I really enjoy this card. I put 1 of them in the deck, And then, yeah, that's the whole deck in a nutshell, and you'll see how it gets played. Typically, what I like to see is Neverwinter Dryad, and then a Lotus Cobra, and starting on turn 3, you're getting some pretty good advantage. So you can Cosima if you have it. However, I like to drop down my 3rd land, because I always draw a perfect amount of lands, and then get Quandrix Cultivator. Because on turn 3, if you have a Lotus Cobra out and you drop Quandrix Cultivator, you're going to get a land, which is so awesome from this Turtle Druid, because the land comes into play untapped, and that procs Lotus Cobra's ability to give you another mana source. So it's an easy way to additionally, let's say, you can foretell an Alrund's Epiphany to get ready on the next turn. You can technically cast it if you have a good, if you have even better another land to draw. You can also use that to go for Eureka Moment and do kind of the same thing if you drop a land down. And then those are my 2 favorite plays, but also there's, Cosima and something else. You might have Snakeskin Veil to protect something. There's a lot of options, but turn 3, I think, is a pretty decisive turn for this deck. And more often than not, I like the outcome. So onto some cards that I think would be really useful, but I just didn't include them, either because I don't have enough crafting for them, or I would have to remove too many of my good cards to play around them. The first one is Lair of the Hydra. I think that this deck has room for only 1 creature land, and I chose Hall of the Storm Giants because I'm ramping and I'm going to have a lot of mana, and also I like the ward ability. Ray of Frost I thought was useful. There's not that much red, however, one really nice red creature to tap is Goldspan Dragon, and the flash ability lets you do it on their turn, and it loses all abilities as well, so it's just, I think it's pretty useful. It would probably go in a sideboard type thing if you're doing a best of 3. I don't know if it's main boardable, but I think it's kind of useful, particularly since there is a powerful red threat in the format right now. And in general, it's also not that bad. I was having trouble finding, like removal for blue, and removal for blue typically means tapping things for long periods of time. And the best one I got was this one because it has flash and it's 2 mana, but it has a red caveat. Next, I really like Druid class, and in the very first version of this deck, I had, all of this mana type stuff. I had a Shaya, Ancient Green Warden, and Druid class, and I was gaining a ton of life, but it felt kind of like a combo deck after that, and not really like a ramp deck. So, obviously I still ramped, but if you didn't have the pieces, it just didn't work. So I removed it. Again, Druid class would be great if the level 2 and level 3 were 1 less mana and it were rare. I don't see why you wouldn't do it 1 less mana. It just makes it really unplayable. But I guess they didn't want to give Druid Green 2 really good classes, I guess. But Cleric and Paladin are both pretty good, so I don't know. Inscription of Abundance, this is one of the cards that I think might go back into the deck at some point. It's really useful. You have plenty of ways to fight creatures. What's really nice is Dragon Turtle can come down and it can tap a creature for a while, but then you can also use Dragon Turtle to fight someone or gain a little bit of life if you need to. It's not a bad card, and I'm trying to find a way to fit it. I'm thinking of maybe putting that in place of 2 Cosima, but Cosima's been stellar in this deck, so I'm not sure yet. Prosperous Innkeeper, MTG Joe has a deck kind of like mine. I was commenting on his YouTube channel that asked why he has so many little teeny creatures that ramp. So he runs Prosperous Innkeeper as well as Neverwinter Dryad, And essentially, instead of Prosperous Innkeeper, I like the Lotus Cobra because of the like explosiveness of the mana sometimes. But I can totally see why you want to put Prosperous Innkeeper instead. So that is an option for everyone. And also, Prosperous Innkeeper is not rare; it's at uncommon. Augmenter Pugilist is an awesome card. For this deck, I wind up using Echoing Equation more often than not and attacking with a swarm of Komas or a swarm of Iymriths, and almost no one is ready for that. If you attack with 4 or 5 Iymriths, you're gonna be doing great. However, I found that it's kind of a card that if you're already winning, like if I already run Alrund's Epiphany and I have an Iymrith out, or I run Alrund's Epiphany and I have a Koma out, so I have the turn to use Echoing Equation, I was gonna win anyway. So that's why I kind of don't run this card anymore. But don't sleep on a 3-mana 8/8 Trample in the late game. It's not a bad card to play for that reason as well. Orvar the All form would be a weird like 1 of or 2 of maybe in place of Cosima. And what's cool about it is a lot of your spells target your own creatures, or you often target your own creatures. So for example, Snakeskin Veil, you're almost always going to target your own creature. Into the Roil and Divide by 0, probably more so Into the Roil, you're going to be targeting your creatures maybe to protect them, and now you'll have 1 in the hand and 1 on the field, so it's pretty interesting in that regard. And I didn't add it because it seems a little slow. It's very it's slow to me, so I didn't want to add it, but it's definitely a cool card to think about. Ashaya Soul of the Wild is an awesome 5-mana card that I would run if I had the space. It turns all of your cards into lands, so when you have Ashaya out and you're playing a bunch of creatures and then you have a Lotus Cobra out, you're just generating a ton of mana and you could empty your hand. If you have a great way to replace your hand, such as in regular standard right now, Ashaya Soul of the Wild, Lotus Cobra, and the Great Henge, it's just an awesome deck, and I'm not sure why people make it. It's probably a little hard to get all of the pieces out at the same time, but I think it's a cool addition. I just don't think it has a place right now because there's not really some kind of cool draw mechanic or extra land abilities that are going to be triggering that are going to be crazy. So I don't want to put Ashaya Soul of the Wild. And same thing with Ancient Green Warden. We only really have 1 landfall creature. If we had Lotus Cobra, Scoot Swarm, and other cards like that in the deck, that would be a different story, maybe. And also a 5/7 reach is not bad to handle most dragons. However, I just can't find the room for it. Maybe I will play it at some point just because 5/7 reach is really good to have around. MTG Joe also plays Cyclone Summoner, and this is a weird one. You'd have to get rid of some of your finishers for this. I would say Iymrith is next, and then you could put in Cyclone Summoner. It's a few more mana, but it has a really cool ability where everything else on the field comes back to your hand for both players, except for Giants and Wizards. And if you run 4 of these and you get more than 1 in a row, you'll have multiple Cyclone Summoners, and then your opponent will have nothing and have to play some stuff 1 at a time. And that's a really cool way to deal with threats, and it's also a really cool way to play the game. However, I didn't like that style when I played it, so I just run the smaller Iymriths instead. But it's totally a fun way to play if you like just warping the board every other turn. And then finally, since we have a ton of mana, I don't mind Low Mage's Domination, especially if you have a late game Lotus Cobra out and you can kind of fix your mana to have enough, I almost said water energy, but it's the blue mana. However, I do think it's cool to gain control of a card. There's also that card, the Mind Flayer, and that card can gain control as well. I'm not putting this in my deck just because 3 in a game where you're having two colors and it's very hard to have the right amount of the two colors, a requirement of 3 blue is just really difficult for me. So I didn't put it in the deck. So yeah, that's the deck and those are the options. Let's get into some games and we can see how it goes from there. Alright, let's see who our first opponent is. This is Ranked Standard 2022, and I think it's around Platinum I got so far. This is my first time really trying to play a ranked match, so I feel like Platinum's pretty good. For me, anyway. We got Sir Smash in the house. Watch out. Alright, we need to draw another land, but otherwise this isn't terrible. I'll find it. 2 Dooms. Well, he's got the Minotaur, but he's white and green. Alright. Thinking. Whenever you gain life. Okay. So he's a life gain gamer. Alright, this is where we draw that land. This is it. Oh, baby. Moon Dancers coming in hot. No blocks. No land. Get wrecked. I guess I just play the Omen Keel. Whoops. Don't want that. Oh, look at this guy's hand. Alright, I'm taking 4. Alright, that's not a bad card. I really, really need a land. Fire her up. A land. And it's a forest. Alright. Another island. Blue and green. Send you back. Hasta Luigi. That was fun. Okay. Is it whenever? Or is it like a once a turn thing? Whenever you gain life. Okay. That card is getting out of control. Man. Alright, so I think we're gonna put that back into his hand soon. No attacks! No attacks! Back you go. Let's Omen Keel it up. Okay, that's it. Oh yeah, he played him that turn. He can't attack. I've still got stuff. I want to block it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Might as well make Quandrix a little bigger. Doesn't really seem to be targeting my stuff. Oh, they're close. Oh, baby. Ace no bueno. I guess environmental sciences. Green. Quandrix Cultivator. Take action for a forest. Might as well make it green and green. Oh, this is gonna be a bad one. You have to do all types of blocking here. What? What a crazy deck. So, gonna do, is that trample? No. So we're gonna get rid of this. Or we can't even get rid of that. Okay. That gets rid of that. And this stops this guy from killing me. Might as well. Land ho. Alright, can't kill me, Righteous Valkyrie. get rid of one of them. Let's block you, and we'll block you. Jeez. There we go. Not so scary anymore. All right, we're still in this. My goodness. Trellisar Moondancer is becoming a problem. How many times have I brought that card back to the hand, too? Nothing? Okay. Can't attack still. Keep it coming. Can't kill my cards though. Chipping away at that life total. Oh, a third one! Wow! Now that's blockers. I've got 2 left. That should be fine, right? Ah, we'll be safe. You know what? No attacks. I think I was gonna get this one. Opponent is Twilight Fall. That's the Orzhov guy, right? Oof, I don't know about this hand. I can't play anything until turn 5. I'll mulligan. Oh my god. Okay. Alrund's Epiphany has got to go. Let's see if I can do something the next 3 turns. Start off with a nice boat. I think I want double blue. Alright, we'll get Cosima up in here. I don't think he's gonna attack, is he? Death Touch. The turtle! I needed that turtle. I'm gonna decline. Cosima, you're staying here for now. This is, like, weird. But I attack. He blocks it. I'll take it. He's only got 4 of those. Well, maybe. Oof. That is a great way to get some damage in. See you later, Cosima. Land it is. Take action. And now I do nothing. Oh man, this Death Touch flyer. It's gonna kill my Iymrith. Eat Iymrith. Oh, okay. Eureka moment. Hit me with that land. No land, that's fine. What? Four mana. Oh boy, alright. This is not great. A land! Decline. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's attack with the Omen Keel again. Fire it up. What? That was a good play. Alright, fine. Be like that. I wasn't expecting this. Wow, just full of removal, huh? Why even have that Death Touch guy? What is this? Okay. Oh my goodness! That's insane! 43 life. Man. That was awesome. Just throwing out my Iymrith like it's the problem. What do you draw? That rebirth thing, probably? Okay, Alrund's Epiphany. I get to go again. Throw down a Snarl. Alrund's Epiphany. Let's hit that life total. Blue. Koma. Okay. This is a lot of life that I need to get through. Koma. Oh my goodness, this is just a crazy game. What doesn't he have the answer to? I think this is it. I don't think I'm supposed to win this one. Wow. That was just... that hurt. Alright, who are we up against this time? Tricky. Alright, Tricky. It's time to rock around. All Storm Giants coming in untapped. Clear it, class. Can you do something about my Lotus Cobra? Probably, actually. Let's be real. I take back what I said about the removal. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have done it that way, because I'm going to tap something next turn. I should have made a green mana. Oh well. Alright. Vigilance. I forgot that card had Vigilance. Just does nothing? Alright. Let's see what happens now. How are they gaining life? Do they just have like cram session? Okay, another cleric class. Alright. I think I need the extra cards. Yay, got a Neverwinter Dryad out. And you're getting the turtle next turn. The turtle. So he's probably going to gain a bunch of life. I don't know if he can make it to 20-something or 27 from this Iymrith hit. But the dragon turtle's coming. Alright, what say you, opponent? Tricky. Oh, the owl with the owl card? That's kind of fun. Man, whenever you gain life, put a... That's pretty good. No, I should have used Dragon Turtle. No. I forgot. He's gonna attack. You know what? This was meant to be, because now I get all these free Alrund Epiphany hits. Besides Shale Dean of Radiance. Oof, that hurt. But this turn is gonna be a doozy. Stop gaining life. Ah! Oh. Come on. Bring it back. With an Iymrith. Bloop. And let's go in and attack. No blocks, okay. Uh-oh. What happens now? I left myself completely defenseless, besides Iymrith. What to do, what to do. You guys go need to return target knowledge of creature from graveyard to your hand. Okay. That's a cool looking card. the Storm Giants comes out. I think that's everybody for the dub, right? They have to block him, otherwise they just lose. Let's see, so 7, they're gonna block. Probably with Shale. So that leaves 4 and 2. So that means they could block him, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm off. Alright, so they'll obviously block him to kill him. No, they have to block the hair. Ooh, the maths. This is where I'm not good. So they have to block him with him. These two go in free. He blocks here. And these two go in free. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'll leave this guy, this guy, this guy, and I'll do a Dryad. And 1 bird. Alright, that I kind of expected. That I also expected. Nothing's gonna happen there. And I get 2 damage in. Man, he's gonna have removal for days probably. But that Hall of the Storm Giant's coming back. The creature lands are actually really fun. I think the power level's like right on target. Man, I wish I had an extra mana to save that bird, that dragon. Are you attacking? I think if you attack, it might be not bueno. I don't know what that last card is, but... Nope. Let's do this. Green. Big boy. And... this time I'm going all in. Okay, fair. Probably kill a bird. Okay. Alright. Let's get rid of that freaking thing. Okay. This is a close one. I don't know, with this crazy life gain, you could be bringing people back and... Alright, we got the win. Alright, we're back for a little bit of a recap. The matches today were pretty fun. That Death Touch match was crazy. I feel as if I could have won that one too if I drew a little better or perhaps had a better hand and my opponent didn't have really good draws, but it was still a really fun match. The deck feels really fun. You'll see there's kind of like these moments of like an explosion of mana, and they seem to not appear from anywhere, and that's my favorite part about this deck. I think every card has a place. I really like Hall of the Storm Giants, and then Lotus Cobra and Quandrix Cultivator, I think, really make the deck fun and explosive. I'm considering putting back in Augmenter Pugilist somewhere, maybe getting rid of 2 Cosima and having a split 2 and 2. Just because often I find myself with a board of okay creatures, and it's something that the Lotus Cobras and the Neverwinter Dryads can contribute towards if I turn everybody into a 5/5 flyer instead of just sitting there and waiting to chump block. So that might happen, but if not, here's the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll have a couple more. I might continue on with rank with this deck to get some more matches in, so you could feel free to look out for that. And I have some other decks to show everyone as well. I hope you enjoyed my first video ever on the internet with my face, so I'm looking forward to making more, and tell me what you think about the deck in the comments. I will...